We're joined now by Kansas Republican Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, thank you so much for your time. You've supported the operation in Venezuela and say the world is a safer place today. How so, especially given that the Interior Minister, described by the Miami Herald as one of the most feared figures of Venezuela's ruling elite and a central pillar of the country's security and intelligence apparatus, is still there in Venezuela, despite being named on the indictment?
Yeah, Lindsay. Well, Happy New Year to you and all your viewers. Look, we have thrown the head of the snake into jail. Every day, we lose hundreds of Americans to drug poisoning of one sort or another. And Maduro was one of the heads, one of the kingpins of one of those most powerful drug cartels. So we feel like we've cut the head of the snake off. Yes, there's lots of more work to be done here. And that's why the Trump administration has secured the border. That's why we're taking out these drug boats. So there's more work to be done, no doubt about it.
How do you square, though, when we're talking about this being about drugs, the pardon of Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was convicted in the U.S. of helping to smuggle more than 400 tons of cocaine to America, with the arrest of Maduro?
Look, I think that sometimes we talk about apples and oranges. We have a person there who's paid his price and evidently is reformed. I don't know all the details of that particular person, but here we have a very active person, a warlord, a drug lord here, who's leading one of the biggest drug cartels in the world right now. And he's working hand in glove with China, with Iran, with all these foreign terrorist organizations as well. So yes, there's more work to be done, no doubt about that. But today, Americans are safer than they were as of Friday.
What do you say, though, to people who say, look, this is not about drugs, this is about oil?
Look, America is very fortunate that we're now the world's largest supplier of oil, that we're a net exporter of oil as well. And life does not happen in a vacuum. I do think it's a piece of the puzzle. This was about making Americans safer. And at the same time, this is the largest oil reserve in the world. So it's going to have a factor. And I think the good news here is this can help rebuild the Venezuelan economy. Once upon a time, this was the most successful economy in South America. And I think it can be one day as well. So yes, it's a factor, but most importantly, this was a police operation to arrest an evil, illegitimate dictator who was a drug lord.
The U.S. went into Venezuela and removed the president, although much of the international community since 2019, including at least 50 countries, have not recognized Maduro as Venezuela's head of state. But he was in charge of that country's military and government. Would you say that America is now at war with Venezuela?
No, absolutely not. This was absolutely a police operation. This was a law enforcement operation led by the DEA. We've taken this person out. We've nabbed him. He's now standing trial as well. We are not at war with Venezuela. Just the opposite. We want to empower them. We want them to get to a free and fair election as soon as possible. We want to empower their economy. We want, number one, we want Americans to be safe, but we also want our good friends in South America to be safe as well. And we certainly don't want them controlled by China.
For a president who campaigned on America First, who said that he wasn't going to start any new wars, and now is suggesting that he is going to run Venezuela, he's potentially going to do the same in Colombia, in Cuba, does that give you any pause?
So President Trump's main campaign promise was to secure the border and make our families safe again. And this is the next step. He's secured the border. Now he's making Americans safe again, that this president is focused on the safety, security, as well as the prosperity of Americans. So I think this is fulfilling his campaign promises by continuing to fight the number one threat, the number one foreign threat to Americans are these drugs. I'll go back to what I said earlier. We're losing hundreds of Americans every day to drug poisoning.
Senator Roger Marshall, we thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.